a fruit to become rubber? Sure, that's fine. Getting a notebook from a death god to, end lives? Alright, we'll roll with it. But eating a hair to gain superpowers? No. That's taking things too far. Yet somehow Deku from My Hero Academia managed to choke down a strand and become the next big hero. How? Seriously? How did he keep it down? It's like the maker said, hey, let's make this as weird as possible. But Deku's not alone. Some anime characters have gone through bizarre and downright gross ways to unlock their powers. Eating hair is just the tip of the iceberg. And guess what? We're going to dive headfirst in all the crazy, weirdest, and most jaw-dropping ways anime characters have gained their abilities. Trust me, some of them make hair eating seem normal. So buckle up, because things are about to get strange. Are you ready to explore the weirdest power-ups anime has to offer? Let's get into it. Number 10, Jin Wu. Jin Wu's rise to power and solo leveling is nothing short of bizarre. Imagine almost dying, only to wake up with what's essentially a video game menu in front of you. That's right, Jin Wu goes from weakest hunter to a powerhouse. Not through only training, but by leveling up like he's stuck in a role-playing game. Sounds odd? Gets weirder. In a world where hunters battle monsters from creepy dungeons, Jin Wu has the weakest link. Everyone laughed at him until one dungeon raid changed his life. Left for dead after a brutal encounter, he suddenly gains access to the system, which lets him power up by doing quests and slaying monsters. Think of it like gaining superpowers because the game system just decided you're worthy. And his skills? They're ridiculous. He raises the shadows of his fallen enemies to fight for him and even gains a healing factor. Not to mention, he becomes the Shadow Monarch with powers that make even the strongest hunters look like amateurs. Jin Wu's path to power is like getting cheat codes for life, and it leaves you wondering, what's more dangerous, the monsters or Jin Wu's newfound abilities? Number 9, Kaneki. Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul didn't become powerful through hard work or some grand quest. Nope, his life turned upside down when a freak accident and an organ transplant made him a one-eyed ghoul. Pretty weird, right? He started as an average college student with no clue that his dinner date with Rise Kamishiro would lead to her trying to eat him. But fate had other plans. Rise gets crushed by falling steel beams, and Kaneki ends up with her ghoul organs inside him. Kaneki doesn't just get ghoulish powers like super strength and regeneration, he also inherits the psychological baggage that comes with them. Now he's stuck between being a human and a ghoul, torn by the hunger and guilt that follow. And let's not forget the sheer absurdity of it all. Kaneki didn't train to be strong, he just got unlucky. A botched romance and an organ transplant turned him into a rare, powerful one-eyed ghoul capable of unleashing a kagune, a deadly weapon ghouls use. So how do you cope when you're part human, part ghoul? Kaneki's journey shows how hard it is to reconcile two worlds where identity, survival, and dark humor intertwine. Number 8, Warcry. Warcry from Fairy Tail is a hilarious oddball, stated out for his absurd method of fighting, crying. It's as strange as it sounds. While most mages in Fairy Tail throw around fire, ice, or lightning, Warcry sheds tears to get stronger. Now this guy looks fierce in a furry cloak with a dog head helmet, but let's not get fooled by appearances. His real strength comes from bawling like a baby. The more tears he cries, the stronger he becomes, which makes for some pretty funny moments. However, he can't cry on command, so in the middle of a battle, Warcry might be there ready to fight, except his eyes stay dry, and he gets knocked out before he can even tear up. He's the comic relief that reminds us, even in the high-stakes world of Fairy Tail, sometimes it's okay to just cry it out. If only he could do it when it matters. Number 7, Saitama. Saitama's journey to becoming the strongest man in One Punch Man is nothing short of hilarious. How does he do it? No magic, no high-tech gadgets, just plain old push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and running. That's right, his workout consists of 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every single day for 3 years. He even skips air conditioning in the summer. What makes it so absurd is the simplicity. While other heroes are training with aliens and mastering secret powers, Saitama's doing basic exercises and still becoming unbeatable. The guy can knock out any villain with one punch, but it comes with a price. He loses all his hair and gets bored because no one can challenge him. What's even funnier is that fans have taken up his workout, posting their progress online trying to get Saitama strong. Some say it's a great endurance routine, while others warn it's a surefire way to mess up your body without the right balance. After all, doing 100 squats every day isn't everyone's cup of tea. Saitama's workout might seem ridiculous, but it's a cool reminder. Sometimes sticking to the basics works. It's just that, in his case, it works a little too well. Number 6. Inashiki. Ever thought your day couldn't get any worse? Meet Inashiki, a middle-aged guy who feels invisible to everyone, including his own family. Just when he thinks life has hit rock bottom with a terminal cancer diagnosis, things take a wild turn. One night while walking his dog, a blinding light from the sky strikes him down. Yep, aliens accidentally zap him. In a cosmic my bad moment, these extraterrestrials rebuild him as a super advanced cyborg. Suddenly, Inashiki goes from frail and overlooked to packing some serious hardware. He discovers he can heal injuries, even bringing people back from the brink. Got a paper cut or, a fatal wound? He's your guy. Plus, he's loaded with hidden weapons, missiles from his arms, energy blasts, and many more. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of using his new powers for selfish gains or world dominance, he decides to play a hero. He steps up to protect the vulnerable, making the world a better place, one good deed at a time. Not bad for someone who was practically invisible yesterday. Number 5. Shinichi Iumi. Shinichi Iumi didn't wake up expecting his right hand to become a living, talking weapon. But in Parasite, that's exactly what happens. When an alien parasite named Migi tries to take over his brain, it misses and takes control of his hand instead. This sets up a bizarre partnership where Shinichi retains his human identity, but his hand? Well, it's a shape-shifting, sharp-tongued alien. This infection gives Shinichi some serious perks. Thanks to Migi, his strength, speed, and healing abilities skyrocketed. But with great power comes a loss of emotions? Yeah, as Migi's cells spread, Shinichi starts feeling less human, and it's not just his body that's changing. His struggle to keep his humanity intact while battling other parasites gives us some deep philosophical questions. And it's not all just superhero moments. The real meat of the story is in the moral dilemmas Shinichi faces. Should he fight the parasites, knowing it might cost him his humanity? Or does he stay out of it and let others suffer? The series doesn't offer easy answers, and that's what makes it so gripping. Number 4. How to be a Titan. Becoming a Titan shifter in Attack on Titan is as bizarre as it gets. Forget about training or having some special ability. This process involves injections, cannibalism, and a unique lineage that screams complicated. You don't just wake up with these powers. You gotta earn them, and the price is gruesome. First, you get injected with Titan Serum. This turns you into a mindless Titan, all strength but no brawn. Want those powers for real? Then you have to eat a Titan shifter. Yes, literal cannibalism is on the menu. But hey, once you chow down, you regain your human form and can shift between human and Titan at will. Take Eren Yeager for instance. He eats his dad, accidentally of course, and he's got shifter powers. Plus, he gets wrapped up in a complicated legacy of memories and power that's passed down through generations of Titan users. The 9 Titan shifters each have unique powers, like Eren's Attack Titan, which can see memories from both the past and future, or the Founding Titan, which messes with other Titans and even controls memories. It sums up the show's theme. Power is messy, violent, and often comes at a steep cost. Number 3, the Uchiha Eyes. In Naruto, one of the weirdest ways to get stronger is through eye swapping. Yeah, trading eyeballs for power. It's not only bizarre, but also a key part of the story, showing just how far some characters will go to boost their strength, even if it's a little gross. So how does this work? Well, characters literally pluck out their eyes and hand them over. Sound painful? Probably. But in the world of Naruto, it's just another Tuesday. Take Danzo for example. He stole the Sharingan from the Uchiha clan, stuffed them into his arm, and used their powers like a kid in a candy store. Then there's Madara Uchiha, who sneakily implanted his Rinnegan into Nagato, turning him into a powerhouse for his own world domination schemes. Not to be outdone, Toneri Otsutsuki decided to swap Hanabi Hyuga's Byakugan and transform it into something even stronger. It's like an eye trading game that nobody signed up for. And let's not forget the Turna Mangekyo Sharingan, where you get to upgrade your eye powers by swapping them with someone else's. You don't just gain more power, but you also avoid going blind. Bonus! Honestly, Naruto could easily be renamed the Great Eyeball Exchange, because if there's one thing this show teaches us, it's that nothing says I want power like swapping out your peepers. Number 2, the Sassy Sukuna. In Jujutsu Kaisen, Yuji Itadori eats a cursed shriveled finger. That's right, a finger. But it's not just any finger. It belongs to Ryoman Sukuna, a legendary curse known as the King of Curses. This bizarre act happens when Yuji's friends accidentally release a curse at school. To save them, Yuji decides the best way to handle it is to gulp down on Sukuna's cursed finger. By doing so, he becomes Sukuna's vessel, gaining his insane power. But Yuji also has to deal with Sukuna trying to take over his body. So while Yuji gains cool abilities, he's consistently walking a fine line, battling an evil force within himself. This is where things get really interesting. The finger not only boosts Yuji's strength, but adds layers to his character. He's torn between using Sukuna's power and not losing himself to the curse. The internal conflict adds tension to his journey, making us wonder, will he stay in control or will Sukuna win? There are more of Sukuna's fingers out there, meaning Yuji might have to eat more of them, risking his humanity even further. It's one story of power, conflict, and some seriously questionable diet choices. Number 1, Dekus Breakfast, a string of hair. Izuku Midoriya, or Deku from My Hero Academia, eats a strand of his hero's hair. Yep, hair. That's not your typical become a superhero method, but it's what makes this moment memorable. All Might, the top hero, passes down his quirk one for all to Deku, and this quirky transfer involves munching on a hair strand. Not exactly an appetizing path to greatness, right? What's the deal with eating hair, though? Well, it's a big deal for Deku. First, it shows his commitment to becoming a hero. He's willing to swallow pride, and hair, to get the job done. It's weird, sure, but in a world where superpowers aren't your everyday thing, the process fits perfectly. It's also a turning point for Deku's character. From quirkless kid to someone willing to eat hair for the greater good, it's a strange yet inspiring leap. Plus, the symbolism's hard to miss. Hair can represent strength and identity. By eating All Might's hair, Deku takes on not just the power, but the legacy of the greatest hero. So yeah, eating hair might sound ridiculous, but in Deku's case, it's the beginning of something epic. The lesson? Sometimes becoming a hero means doing something bizarre, like turning a bad hair day into a superpower. It's like the writers had a weird power-up contest and no one held back. But what would you do if you could choose your power-up method? I mean, would you try something as wild as eating socks or sneezing your way to laser vision? The possibilities are endless and, well, hilariously odd. Now, if all this weirdness made you smile, hit that like button. And if you're as curious as we are, drop your ideas for the weirdest power-ups in the comments. Can't wait to see what you come up with. Thanks for hanging out, folks. As always, signing out, Anniverse.